All right, so here we are, Mr. Seskis, on the bottom half of your roof now. Just kind of checking out. I'm not gonna go, I guess I will go to the back over there. There is an issue back there, and we will kind of evaluate some of the fascia as well. But for the back slope, we did look at the top portion there. It's just a little flatter and a little bit easier to kind of inspect. But as far as what we got on the front here, and then we do have a right and a left here as well. But you can see I've got a lot of these marked out with some zigzags. These are all going to be kind of pulled through the nail like we saw on the top section. We also have a square drawn out as well with some hail hits marked in there. We'll get some close-ups of those. One thing I wanted to show here too, on this slope right in this valley, there's quite a bit of wind damage and a lot of not nail poles, but pull through those nails there along this valley lining, which I'll kind of show you that. And then we're gonna just kind of document some of this stuff. So first thing we got here too, we got a crease shingle here. This one it's starting to see a crease kind of form across this top of this shingle here. When I lift this up, one thing you can tell is you can see that the laminate there is starting to buckle as well. So that's another sign, an indicator that it's damaged and not repairable. When we go through here, we do have a vertical tear here. Again, a lot of times adjusters will say this is not damage, but it actually is wind damage because the shingle below it is unsealed, and that's right actually on the middle of these lines where it looked like it would have been tearing that shingle. So that is wind damage as well there. Right here we do have a hail hit, pretty good hit there. Got some more going up through here, one right there. Got two, one right here, one right here. So this is just some examples of some of the hail we're seeing. Right there, right there. And when we get over to some of this wind damage here, again, kind of like I showed you up on top, what's gonna happen is the shingle that's underlined is the one that's pulled through its nail. And so it's loose, and then when I touch the one above it, the one below it shouldn't move at all. It should be stopped by that nail. And so just to show you here, we lift this up. This one's loose here. We're actually lifting the shingle above it too with that. So that shows you this is loose. But then when I lift this, it should not lift the one below it again. That's pulled through the nail. It should not be doing that. We're seeing the same thing, kind of same shingle doing the same thing up here. It's a continuous problem kind of across the roof. We're seeing a lot of these nail pulls all over this roof. I'll give you another example of it in here. So this one right here, loose. I go lift the shingle above it, it's pulling that one below it again. It should not be doing that. It's very, very loose there. Same thing here. These are very loose shingles. Should not be doing this. And that's definitely a sign that these nails have been pulled through and these shingles are wind damaged. Let's go show you this valley over here. So again, we got all these because kind of up the line, they're basically in that valley line, there's pulled through that nail. And that is definitely in a high windstorm going to allow for water to kind of get under there. You can see, again, that's very loose. Should not be seeing that in that valley liner. So all the way up here, again, you can see how much that's lifting. That should not be doing that. That's very easy. With the amount of pressure I'm applying there with just one finger, normally that should be holding very strongly. But again, you can see this whole section has been pulled through the nails along that valley. Going into the back here, just to give you a quick overview, we do have damage to the box fence again from the hail. But I got one over here that was kind of like the one up above it here, where you can see that's pretty big bulge. The decking's bulging right there. I'm gonna get a little lower and shingle level just so you can get a good idea. But there's a good bulge going on there. And when I step on that too, it looks like that decking has been popped out of that. So it's not crunching, it won't go down at all. It won't even flex a little bit for me. Other things I wanted to point out quick too, on this side we do have fascia hail damage, several different spots. We got one there, and then going to the other side too. We do have the fascia kind of pulling off as well on both corners. So a little bit of wind damage on the fascia. This is a little bit more just deterioration, but again, this is kind of coming loose there. We got hail damage, excuse me, to this box fin as well over here. And then this fascia has kind of dings all the way down it. So just wanted to get this video to document kind of all the damages, and specifically the type of damages that we're seeing up here. As you know, it's not your typical wind damage that you see. We do have one crease shingle that is like the typical wind damage, but you got all these nail pulls. Again, this is on the other side of the backside, lower level, where if I'm lifting this, you seeing that, got this, oh no, it's right here. So I lift this shingle and it's pulling everything with it on the bottom. So that tells you this is no longer being nailed down properly. And you're seeing it kind of go this zigzag zippering. So just again, a lot of issues going on with this roof. Definitely both wind and hail damage. But yeah.